doing? Wherever you are. It could be at night right now. It could be in the morning. It could be before work. Wherever you are, even if you're in your car or if you're in your office, I'm saying hi to you. To you, baby. How are you? I hope you're vibrating well, or at least you're open and somehow we're connected where you are connected to me and I'm connected to you. But baby, it feels good to be on this mic. God damn it. Guess what? Guess what, fam? I fell in love. Yeah. Summer is almost over and Charlie Brixton fell in fucking love. Can you believe it? Really? Like, I'm in love. In love with myself. But no, I'm in love. I really am. I am getting me. I am liking me. I'm understanding who the fuck I am. I am liking my company. I'm into my company. We're going to talk about that shit. Oh my gosh. But I am in this whole euphoric state of love and appreciation for myself. I didn't think I could get there. So I can't wait to share with you on how I got there. Perhaps if you're finding how to get there, what the fuck is gnawing you, maybe these steps will help. So without any further ado, just a little bit, if you're just catching up with me, as you know, like in the beginning, God created whatever. In the beginning, God created Charlie, and that was a great day. But in Charlie's life, as you know, Charlie was a woman who was 307 pounds. When I decided to change my life, that was about 3 years ago. And it was a simple thing. I looked into the mirror and I was like, God damn it. I don't know if I'm ever going to look whatever I'm supposed to look like in a bikini. I'm not sure if I will ever get down to a size 9 and 10, but shit, can I see my pussy? Facts. And I worked to visually see my vagina. And that was the whole premise, whole point. To get to that shit was hurtful. It's painful. Nobody wants to admit that, especially as a woman. But hey, that was my journey. It's bold. It's clear. And through this journey, I've learned so much about myself. So this episode today, honey, it's called The Love Letter. The Love Letter. We are going to go on a journey on what is self-love. What is that awareness and what steps do you take? Like people say, self-love is, going to get a massage. Yeah, it is going to get a massage, but there's so much more to that. Or self-love is going to buy yourself some shopping, but there's so much more to that. And so I never really took those lessons seriously until the summer. But let me tell you how I got there. So coming into the summer, as you know, I was trying to do maybe, I would say in the spring, I was trying my best to date. I tried, child. I even went on fucking, what is that site that no one really goes? Oh my gosh, I went on eHarmony. Now, when you go on eHarmony, like you got to be fucking serious, right? Because you got to like pay your money and stuff. So I went on eHarmony, right? All dedicated and shit. So I ended up randomly dating about 3 people. Nothing dramatic, nothing whatever. One was great. One was okay, but I just got tired of getting the one-word text. Oh, how's your day? Great. And then I would hear back from them like 4 hours later. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm way too busy for that. No, if I'm going to honestly, I feel like every minute I should be paid about $50,000, honestly. I feel every hour I should be paid about $50,000. So if I'm breaking down my 50K and I'm breaking down into a minute, I'm sorry, my time is not worth someone just texting me a sentence. Nah, baby, that has to be worth more. So I had to get rid of him. And then I was kind of breaking into another weird dating thing where this guy who was pretty established, but he didn't want to go out anywhere. I was to the point, I was like, hey, let's do dinner. Oh, no. Do you want to come to my house? I'll cook you. No, I don't want to come to your house and eat a meal, right? And I got to the point where I found myself getting so desperate. I was like, hey, let's go for a walk. Then when the person didn't even want to go for a walk and was still adamant of me coming to their house, I was like, fuck that. Guess what I did, y'all? I took my own self for a walk and it was nice. I was super sarcastic about it, but I got in my car. I went to the Tappan Zee Bridge in New York State, drove about 45 minutes away from where I lived, took myself on a lovely walk for a good 3 hours. It was beautiful without the person. And I had a great fucking time. That opened up a lot of shit. It was like, hey, Charlie, you didn't wait for anybody. You got out here. You took a walk. What does that mean? Bitch, what are you waiting on? Who are you waiting on? And why are you not asking of yourself? That day, I asked of myself of what I wanted to do. And I went out and I took that walk without my date by myself. And I was in the best mood for the next 2 days. It was crazy. That got me thinking, do I do that often? Do I wait on others to have a good time? Or do I think in order for me to have a good time, I need to wait on others? Why am I so dependent on other people? Who am I in this game? And so I kept on thinking, and then I just got simple like that. And I looked up a word that I felt like I needed, the definition for self-love. What is that? The definition for self-love is regard for one's own well-being and happiness. Then I went a little bit deeper because I am a Capricorn and I need to be convinced of fucking everything. And then I looked up the word regard. And the word regard is a verb. And the verb means to look upon or think of with a particular feeling. Then it made me go back into the definition of self-love. Charlie, are you paying attention to how you're feeling? What do you want to do? Are you really, really paying attention to you? Halfway, halfway not. Okay, how do you take steps for self-love? And one of the biggest things that I found out for self-love is the highest step that you can take for practicing self-love is taking action. So bitches, I took action. I went into the summer and I cut off all of anybody I was dating. You know, it's not working for me. What means more to me at this time? I went in this summer and I said, if it's not working in my favor, if it's not what I want in the next 5 years, don't say yes to it. Say yes to everything that you want recurring in your life. So, honestly, do I want in the future for someone to send me 5-word texts every 3 hours? Do I want to negotiate and argue with someone to take me out? No. Do I want to FaceTime someone every day for about an hour and a half, 2 hours when I have my own private shit going on? No, I don't. So I was like, why in the world would I practice more of what I don't want? Another thing that I did was I said that I was going to do the things I like without waiting for my friends. This is important. Sometimes we're like, hey, how do you guys feel about this? And we find ourselves waiting for years to do something when we really want to do it. So this time I asked permission from no one. I gave my own self permission. So one thing that I wanted to do this summer, I always wanted to go kayaking. Some of my friends are like, no, they want to go because they're like, Hudson water, Charlie, are you out of your mind? It's a city. It's fucking dirty. I get it. But if you go a little bit up the Hudson, this time I didn't ask. And I went ahead and I paid to do kayak classes, which was fucking amazing. I went on the water one time on the weekday, another time on the weekend, just to kayak. I met different people, not really friends, but it's okay, right? My own little thing, my own little project, and it was amazing. Then I got bold, and so somehow I got some type of bonus, a small little bonus. And usually when I get extra money, that adult part clicks in me, and it's like, oh, pay a bill, pay off a credit card, do something, pay bills. And since I was in the practice of self-love, right, and the highest form of self-love, taking action, I thought to myself, Charlie, what do you want to do, girl? And that voice said, vacation. As a single woman, as someone who's solo, I went through some small anxiety. And thank God for Instagram, because you have all these really cool solo travelers, especially women, they go out and they do their solo travel. So this was a time where I was like, okay, I wanted to do something safe, but I wanted to have a great time. I want to drink. I want to party. I want to explore. But if I get missing, I want someone to still look for me. I want to be on a roster. Somehow I was eavesdropping on a conversation and cruise came up. A cruise from New York, cruise that leaves. I think we talked about it from my last podcast. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh. I went ahead and I did the cruise, guys. I took a 9-day cruise by myself, alone. Y'all, it was the best vacation I've ever had in my fucking life. It was the best. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself to do. Wow, it was a bold act. And let me tell you, now I know when I get with someone, I don't want to be here, you're extra, you're this, because I realized what I did for myself. Oh, honey, please. Oh, yeah, your girl got expectations. So I booked a cruise. I booked a balcony for myself. I saw some couples who didn't do that, but I booked a balcony for myself. I made sure that I had my spa packages. I had bottled water delivered to my room before I got there just to make sure. I wanted bathrobes. So I was like, ooh, is Charlie a little extra? I'm not sure if I'm extra. I'm not sure if I'm high end or whatever, but these are expectations for myself. I love beauty. I love nice things. So I love being called Miss Brixton. I love talking to my attendant saying, hey, I will love a fresh bathrobe every night. Thank you. And guess what, guys? I got a fresh bathrobe every night. Yes! With my cocktails. If you've never been on a cruise, go on a cruise. If you can go by yourself, try to go by yourself. The beautiful thing about going on a cruise and going on a vacation by yourself, you are no longer under the expectations of others. Now, I'm going to bring this back to self-love. As people, when we have our relationships, either with our mothers, employers, people we work for, partners, sometimes when we're in their spaces, we're under their expectations. How would you like for me to work for you? Are you feeling tired? So I'm going to go ahead and calm down so you can feel relaxed. I want to make you feel okay. How do you feel? How do you feel? We never check into ourselves about how do we feel. Sometimes we got to get up for breakfast. We have to get up for this. On a cruise, you do what the fuck you want to do. So I got up and I just asked myself the simple question, Charlie, what do you want to do today? And I answered myself, okay. I want to get up. I want to feel good. So I got up, meditated. I want to get up. I want to feel good and I want to sweat. I want to feel good. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel beautiful. How do I feel sexy and beautiful? I get my ass up and I go to the gym. Yes, I went to the gym every single morning on my cruise. I gave myself a mantra, vacation, but don't vacate the body. If it feels good to work out, why would I stop that on a vacation? I'm stopping my feeling good. No. I went to the gym for about an hour and a half. I sweated. I did my thing. And oh my gosh, I felt amazing. Now, I did not intermittent fast because I'm not that crazy. I did not intermittent fast, but I was aware of how much energy I was bringing into my body. So I made sure to burn that motherfucker first. So I go to the gym, do all that stuff. I did bring my chlorella pills because I like that I don't have to wear deodorant on a daily basis. It's nice. I like that I can drink without feeling drunk or a little bit loopy. So I take my chlorella pills. So after the gym, I went to the sauna. Detox for 20 minutes. Then I had breakfast. And let me tell you, cruises, you can order whatever the hell you want. Do not do the buffet, y'all. I know the buffet is easy. Everyone does that shit because of the variety. Fuck that. Sit your ass in a restaurant and have them make the food for you. I'm sorry. This was the Charlie expectations. I didn't want to do a rush. I didn't want to be with masses of people waiting on something. I didn't want to do a line. No, I wanted to sit down and be waited on. And honey, I would sit down and waited on every day. And it was amazing. I ordered grits. I ordered eggs. I tried to do the bacon. I don't think my body is used to it. Chicken. I don't think I can rock with chicken no more. So did I do the whole vegan thing? Not really. I did do a couple of days, like 1 or 2 days where I did go vegan because I just wanted to be balanced because the meat was a little bit too acidic for my taste. I felt good. I ate. I had my grits. If I wanted lobster, I would order 2 plates of lobster. You know, you can do that on the cruise, right? And you can get food to go. It doesn't matter. And also excursions. And it was really cool is I did run into 2 of my friends who were on the cruise celebrating anniversaries. So it was nice to meet up with them for dinner, but I was by myself. Most of the times it was safe. I had rules. I did not do any shots. I made sure not to take any shots with people or myself. Shots make you sloppy. I don't mind drinking, but I don't do shots. Only with like close friends where I know that my house is somewhere close. But if I'm somewhere else, I don't fuck with it. Also, I drank top shelf. I realized, oh, honey, I am a Belvedere, Grey Goose, Casa Amigos. If it was anything lower than that, I didn't want it. So it lets me know that if I'm going out with someone, it's not Charlie being extra. It's Charlie being Charlie. I gave myself permission to be fabulous. I gave myself permission to love the excess and the access. I was doing me. I went out to my beach excursions. I kept myself busy. I just wanted to snorkel and swim. So I was a girl in the hot pink bikini or leopard bathing suit, just snorkeling with and swimming and eating and relaxing. It was great. There was one time where I felt a little bit off. And this is where I think that women, we should be much kinder to each other. So I did find myself on an island and I was having a great time. I was at Grand Turk and I was by myself doing Charlie. I went to an all-inclusive place. I was by the bar. Mind you, I wasn't even drinking yet. I was talking to the bartender, just talking. I found out he was a Sagittarius and I'm a Capricorn. So I was telling him about our love life. Like we would have really, really passionate sex and it'll be great, but we'll burn out by 3 months. And most likely he'll cheat on me and I'll make his life a living hell because I'll just play fucking mind games. Wow. So anyways, so we had this audience. They were captivated by my story of the Sagittarius and Capricorn love story. There were these two women who were just staring at me looking. And mind you, they were beautiful. They had their bathing suits on. They were hot. I guess one of the women, I guess she was trying to flirt with the bartender that I was talking to. Sis, you can have that moment. So she comes to me and they're like, what are you doing? You want to take a shot? I'm like, no, I'm okay. And so they were like kind of pushing shots my way. And I can see right through that shit. I'm like, I'm good. And one of the girls was like, oh my gosh, are you drunk? You're so excited. And I'm like, no, I'm not drunk. Mind you, when Charlie's happy, I have a certain fun delirium that just happens. It's like a 6-year-old who has been like let go in a fun house where there's bubbles and marshmallows everywhere and glitter. That's me. So I have this unhinged joy about myself where I just can't help it. I'm having a good time. So these women, they were looking at other people to see if, like, I don't know what it was. And the woman, she took out her camera to, I guess, record me. And I looked at her like, did you need me to take a picture? This camera is right here in front of me. Like, bitch, I'm not drunk. I told you. So she gagged, and then they kind of pull off a little bit. And now she's kind of making gestures to like the bartender. She's getting in front of me. And then I thought to myself, sis, if you wanted this platform, you can have it. I'm not trying to get his attention. I'm not trying to sleep with him. I told you our love story. And I found myself retreating, loving myself more, retreating from that space, that area. And I just went back to snorkeling and swimming. I didn't find myself like fighting for attention. I didn't find myself fighting with these sisters over, who's hotter, who's prettier. I did not come to an island to sit at a bar and just get drunk. I came to the island to swim. I came to the island to hear myself. So I left and I partied. And the funny thing is, when I came out of the water, the bartender and about 4 more people in that space came to where I was just to hang out and talk to me because they were on break. Ow! That's that joy, son. That's love. That's pure joy. Like the bartender was like, you just feel good to be around. And I was like, thank you, sir. Woo. And then I just started to say like dirty jokes and stuff and people started to laugh. It felt good. I was so comfortable with myself and me. I made it my business to not wear any type of hardcore waist shapers, girdles, anything that's going to constrict me where I can't breathe. Yes, I would have looked probably even more bomber than how I look. I had a rule. I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to feel good. And I dressed, and it's so funny, I dressed like you would dress a 5-year-old. If you were to tell a 5-year-old, hey, pick out whatever you want, that child is going to pick what makes them feel good or what they saw or what makes them happy. I picked my wardrobe on finding that joy. So if it made me happy, I wore it. If it didn't make me happy, I didn't put it on. Those were my rules. And guys, I had the best time doing that. I wore whatever the hell I wanted to wear. From like shawls to shorts to like orange bikinis, y'all. Like I did my thing and I didn't give a shit if someone thought I was fat or if someone thought that I was big. This was for myself. I'm upping my own value. I'm finding appreciation in me. That was freeing. I was so free, man. It was a great feeling. And I realized like, okay, if I can spend damn near $3,500 on a vacation for myself because I love me and I deserve this and I understand my appreciation and value, then why in the fuck would I negotiate with someone for a dinner? Why would I negotiate with someone to call me and be more interested in my day? Like, why would I do that if I invest so much in myself? So it gave me confirmation that, number one, I am on the right track of loving myself, of appreciating my own self-worth, my own journey. And I put myself on the right track by no longer allowing things that don't serve me, that I don't want in the future. We have to see that for ourselves. Why do we accept so much weird fucking behavior? If you don't want to be paranoid about someone cheating on you, why are you with that person? If you're sad that this person doesn't necessarily value you, or this person doesn't take you out, or this person treats other people better, then why be around it? Why add more to the shit you don't want? If you're at a job that you feel that you're not valued and you're not appreciated, then why be there on a daily basis and give that your full attention? It's time to look on to more of what we want. And yeah, my cruise helped me figure all this stuff out in my head of what I wanted to do. Once again, I am a pro cruise advocate. And something about also being by yourself, you're cut off from the world. Like literally, the internet was shitty. The phone calls were like $20 a pop. So I couldn't call anyone. And you'll be surprised how that day goes by when no one can get in contact with you. Human beings were so beautiful, but we use each other, y'all. We need each other. We borrow energy. Sometimes we call and we ask for things. And then it was amazing that those days I've had, the only person that asked for anything was me. And I asked for myself, Charlie, can you have a good time? Charlie, do you want to eat this? Charlie, how are you feeling right now? I did so many motherfucking check-ins with me. It was crazy. And I realized like, wow, no one else is checking in with me like this. Shit, I need to do more of this. Cruise really helped me appreciate all of it. I was truly understanding self-love and appreciation for one's own worth and value. I paid sufficient attention to my own happiness and my own well-being. And y'all, I am forever changed. If I get treatment less than how I would treat myself or how I would value myself, I can't allow that into my space. I can't allow that into my system. I didn't. You gotta take care of you. Self-love pushes you to take care of your own needs. It pushes you to do you and take care of you. And how long will I be on this solo journey? I don't know. I don't even have any more sexual advocates. And y'all, okay, my sexual advocates, of course, I stole that from my friend, Chris. But no, but sexual advocates means like basically booty calls. I don't even have that anymore. Like I can call someone and easily get head. But no, like no. I'm working on me, right? I'm working on this solo journey. I'm working on something sweet, sensational, something that's going to last. And not 2 hours of fleeting pleasure. You know, I mean, go back to that shit later on, but not now. We good. So these are some tangible steps that I found very helpful in my love letter to myself on my self-love journey. How to break down love. You know, people like self-love, love yourself. It's like, no, I need examples. I need proof. I need of what will make this work. So here are some steps that I pulled together where you can create your own love letter to yourself because you owe it to yourself, baby. And let me tell you something. If you are not in a relationship right now, or if you're not in a loving relationship right now, if you're solo, if you're by yourself, sometimes those moments are hard, but appreciate it because you're just getting yourself ready for that person. They have this thing that I was looking and they were like, if you're working on yourself, get with someone 5 years later. Because whoever you're going to be 5 years, the person you get with now may not be the right person for you. Unless if you're with that person and you guys are agreeing to go in that direction of where you want to go, be it prosperity, abundance, career changes, career shift. Unless you have that person open and willing to travel with you in that, you good, son. Keep on working, baby. Keep on working on yourself. It's fine. It's fine. So here are my steps that I've used over the summer and that I'm still asking myself on a daily basis. First one is check in. Check in. Ask yourself, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Susan? How are you feeling, Sam? How are you feeling, Lucky? How are you feeling? Right? Check in. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling, ask yourself why. This is why I love toddlers, because toddlers, they freak the fuck out. If they're hungry, if they need a bath, if they need anything, honey, they scream. I think sometimes as adults, okay, you know, you can't scream. You'll get like on World Star and shit. But no, I think as adults, we need to learn how to do that. Practice that. Like if something is gnawing you, it's a problem. Stop. Say, This is a fucking problem. Now analyze what's making the problem. How in the hell can you ease it or fix it? It's okay. Learn how to back up and say, ah, no. Another step that I love in the practice of self-love, take yourself out on dates. I don't care if you're married. Yay! How's your space? No, I don't care if you're married, if you're in a relationship, if you have a boyfriend or even friends. Take your own damn self out on a date. What do you, if you have children, I'm sorry, get a nanny, maybe that day. But what do you want to do for that day? Instead of saying, hey, can you do this with me? Just do it. Make it intentional for you, what you like to do, what you want to see. It's okay. Get selfish, honey. We're practicing self-love. Elevate the ordinary. If you come home and if you want to relax and you love your candles, get 2 candles. Get the most beautiful candle you can find. I would say another thing, guys. It is okay to label the fuck out of your emotions. It is okay to stop whatever you're doing and say, how am I feeling right now? If you're bothered, call that shit out. If you're paranoid, if something's happening, for example, I went to a party. I went to my friend's house and I was super excited. I walked into like 25 people. I walked into this group of people and I didn't like anybody there. I was so annoyed. I was just like, oh, I can't stand these people. And then I had to check in and it was like, Charlie, what really the fuck is going on? One, I did not like, and I was like, okay, what's bothering me? One, I felt uncomfortable in my clothes. I felt like everyone was dressed up and I came in jeans. My friend didn't tell me, hey, Charlie, dress up. This is a dressed up brunch at people's house. But I showed up in jeans, so I felt like a little bit out of place. One, I didn't feel worthy enough to be in that space. Weird, right? But this is just what I was feeling. So I was like, okay, I'm uncomfortable. I feel insecure. Wow, I'm shy a little bit, right? I don't know anybody in these parts. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm shy. I feel insecure. I don't feel like I'm enough. I was able to name these things. And once I named how I was feeling, I was able to get over my shit. And then like 10 minutes later, I snap out of it and then I had a great time. I just needed to know what the hell was eating my Gilbert grape. We'll talk about that 90s reference. Ow! Love that movie, by the way. Leo. But yeah, it's really important just to see, it's okay to be annoyed. It's okay to feel insecure. It's okay to feel anxious. And sometimes we're like, I don't know. If you find yourself saying, I don't know, take a step back. Even if you got to step out, take a breath, figure out what the hell is eating you up and name that shit. I can guarantee you'll be able to move on and feel much better about what you're doing. Another thing in reference to self-care, man, set boundaries. Like I was saying before, we use each other so well. Everybody has a need. Everybody has their own agenda. Even you have your own agenda. What the hell you want to do? We put people in places, unfortunately, to finish our agenda. It is what it is. Someone is doing that to you as well. It is okay to step back and say no. You can at this time. Or if you know damn well you don't feel like going to a place and it's going to piss everybody off. But guess what? It's not going to piss you off. That's self-love. But if you're dragging yourself somewhere to do something in order to please someone, now I get it with compromises and being flexible, but shit can get crazy. But if you find yourself like trying to please someone, or you're trying to keep up appearances, that shit's going to make you tired. You can chill out with that. Another thing about self-love, and this is where and as y'all know, I'm huge on the body. I am sometimes I love myself as I am. Accept me for these roles. Accept me. Awesome. Love yourself for where you are, but love yourself enough to change some shit if it's going to kill you. Or if you don't like it. Or if you're constantly obsessing about it, then yeah, you can love yourself, but you can also call your shit up and be like, yeah, god damn, my belly's big, but thank God it exists. I can work on it. If you want to. It's the thing about love yourself enough to want to see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years. Love yourself enough to not send yourself to the emergency room. And yeah, that comes with health. That comes with diet. Love yourself to know what the hell you're putting in your body. And honey, that can be anything from our food, drugs, to even penises. Or vaginas with really long clips. You never know. But right, love yourself to know what is coming inside your body. No, it's your temple. Like I said, if you give yourself open access and if you give everyone access to yourself, baby, you're going to find yourself used and abused and tired. And some folks say, oh, these self-love practices, that's made for narcissists. Not really. Because as what our parents are teaching us, as what our grandparents or what people we know, honey, people are going to the emergency room so damn fast. What, for heart attacks, aneurysms? And unfortunately, when we don't have boundaries placed in our lives, these things can happen. So yeah, this episode is about love, honey. This is the love letter. This is a love letter to yourself. And one of the biggest things that I've learned through this thing called self-love and loving yourself, you gotta really learn not to give a fuck, not to give a damn. My last cruise reference, right? When I was in the cruise, I was with this one woman talking, and she wore like this cardigan to cover her arms. And she's like, "Oh no, I don't want any." Sound familiar? She was like, "I don't want anybody to see my fat arms. I don't want." And I looked at her. I was like, I don't even know your name. You told me, I'm rude like that, but I was like, lady, you told me your name 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm going to leave this cruise ship and I probably won't remember your name. I'll remember our conversations, but I'm not going to remember how fat your arms was. I don't give a fuck how fat your arms are. Truth is, no one really gives a damn how fat your arms are but yourself or that rude person who's trying to film you and shit on camera. But no, at the end of the day, when you walk into a space, no one is really going to care. No one is going to remember. People are going to keep it moving. And if it all fails, everyone's going to die anyway. So you might as well do what the fuck you want to do. Wear those fat arms. Wear those tight pants. For my men, if you want to show, I don't know, if you want to wear pink and some glitter, fucking go ahead and do it. Who gives a fuck? Everybody's going to die sooner. I know that's depressing, right? But it's true. Everyone's going to die sooner or later. So why the fuck worrying about everyone? Wear it. Wear it. No one is going to remember. And I know it hurts. It hurts when you think, trust me, I've been through it, right? As someone who was formerly 307 pounds, it hurts when people stare. It hurts when they point. But I guarantee you, all those people who have ever stared at me or points, I don't know what the hell they're doing now. I don't care where they are. I moved on. They moved on. So I'm asking you to move on. That is one of the greatest forms of love, to not care. Move the fuck on and be in your glow. We allow people to stress us out. No more of that shit. Love. Love is abundant, honey. Love is success. Love feels good. Don't you want to feel good? Ow. Like, seriously, are you ready? Do you like it? Do you like it like this? Do you want it? Do you want it like this? I know I do. And I'm wishing that for you as well. All right? So we got this. So what is our step? We are calling out our emotions. We are placing our boundaries. We're elevating the most small. If it means the world to you, it means the world to you. We're elevating shit we like. I tell people, don't mess with Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day. Yes, I want the balloons. I want the cards. And if no one buys it for me, guess what? I'll get it for my damn self because it's important to me. Guys, you are the main character in your story. Honey, you're the main character. You have the starring role. It's time to fucking act like it. No, you don't got to be a twat and you don't have to ignore people. But yeah, you can act like the main character. Have that main character energy. Somebody needs to carry this show. Let that shit be you. And let it be a great show. Honey, you are your protagonist. You are your antagonist. And you can probably do your own musical overture. When we get to all of these things and understand that we come in this world alone and we die in this world alone. So we might as well make the biggest party of the middle. Don't you think? I think. So y'all, let's get over our fear. Let's get over who's going to be around and let's start loving ourselves more. Because when you start loving yourself more, baby, you start to look better. That body gets better. People gravitate towards you more. So start being your main character in your main movie. We put so much worry and fear in our own little heads, and it's not even fucking necessary. Ain't nobody checking for you except for you. There are no, yeah, they claim they're haters, and there's no, really, you're your main hater. Ain't nobody can affect you except for you. You need to remember that. Nobody can call you fat except for you calling you fat. Nobody can make you feel a certain way unless you allow it. Isn't that crazy? You're that fucking powerful. So I want you to capture that shit. Treat yourself well. Don't downgrade. And I'm going to leave you with this. And this is called charity. Because I saw the girl talking about, low vibrational plates and whatever. I think she explained that wrong, but I totally understood what she was meaning. So I have this friend. We go out to different restaurants. It's fun. And she had this order. And she ordered like salmon, something else. She ended up getting fried, I think, tilapia. Ew. She ended up getting fried tilapia, another vegetable. Her order was wrong. I was like, oh my gosh, my food came out, her food came out. And she was like, Charlie, don't worry about it. I'm not going to send it back. No, I'll eat as is. And I'm like, what are you doing? How no? We're going to send this shit back. And she's like, your food is going to get cold. I said, I don't care. I will send my food back and we'll wait. She's like, no, I don't want to be a problem. Mind you, so this was the same girl who just broke up with her boyfriend for the second time because he was cheating on her. She has an issue with her baby father because she's not getting a certain amount of money, where she's now paying for his gas to come pick her child up when he should be doing that. And she feels like she's getting the short end of the stick with her job. And I said, my love, it starts, all this shit can change for you, but it starts here. Don't accept that bullshit plate. This is not charity. If you paid for this, if you put out a certain energy that you want this correct, it needs to come back to you right. And I made her politely take it back. We took back both of our plates. And we waited 35 minutes for our food to come out. But our food came out perfect. We were happy and we left out of there happy. And I told her, anything that you accept in life, it has to be to your certain standard of what you want. But if you accept anything half-ass, short or small, you're going to get that in return in everything you do, unfortunately. Because why? You already set the tone for yourself, mama. So I'm telling you, love more, love better, and set that fucking tone. Because that's how you get to your pussy. Oh, fucking day. I love you guys. We're back on, or we're always back on, honey. So I cannot wait to see you guys in the next 2 weeks. It's fall. Let's get this shit on. Yes, I'm working on this body, honey. It's getting better. It's better, and I'm seeing it through. And I want to see y'all through. Let's get this shit.